You know what the sad thing is? I don't remember shooting half of that. Oh, wow, that was a little trip down memory lane. Thank you, thank you. I'm sitting here and I'm feeling incredibly inspired today, and I am so deeply honored to be up here with you, ladies, truly. One of the most exciting things and exciting parts of this today is that it's called New York Women in Film and Television. I arrived here from Los Angeles 14 years ago, and I always wanted to move to New York. And of course, I always wondered if I'd ever be able to call myself a New Yorker. So I think I'm getting closer to that title. I just didn't know that it would involve so many hours of looking for bodies in the Gowanus Canal. Now let me ask you something. How many of you New Yorkers have ever been to the Gowanus Canal? Oh, there's a lady in the back. It's very impressive. The title of New York Woman in Film and Television and the Muse Award is truly an incredible honor, and I have to say that I do feel a certain kinship with the Muses. Melpomene, the Muse of Tragedy, Terpsichore, who was the Muse of Dance, Polyhymnia, who is the Muse of Sacred Poetry, because I am sure that nobody could pronounce their names either. Hey, aren't you Mariska Hargitay? Aren't you Mariska Hargitay? No, that's what they say. I'm being totally serious. So one definition of a muse is a woman or force personified as woman who is the source of inspiration for a creative artist. Now, as many of you know, and it was stated earlier this evening, that my mother was the actress Jane Mansfield. Thank you. I thank you on her behalf. And she died when I was just 3 years old. And so on this day, when I find myself in this room full of powerful forces personified as women, I miss her very much, and I wish she was here. There's a picture of her in a director's chair with her measurements on the back. 40, yes, 40, 21, 35. Yes, what happened? And I look at that photo, and part of me says, Mom, I gotta say, I love your sense of humor. It's funny. And there's another part of me that says, no, your name goes there. That's not your name, and that's not all that you are. And that was indeed not all that she was. And I am so grateful to be on a journey of my own life that has allowed me the freedom to embrace a different kind of measurement. A journey that has allowed me to define for myself what it means to be a woman of dimension. And I'm so profoundly, deeply, madly, truly deeply grateful for all the women in my life and my mentors and my teachers and my friends and my believers and my seers and my encouragers, my muses, my forces who have made this journey possible. Thank you. I also would like to acknowledge and express great and deep gratitude to a specific force personified as women in my life, a remarkable collection of muses, and those are the survivors of rape and sexual assault, the survivors of domestic violence and child abuse, who inspired me to start the Joyful Heart Foundation. Their courage in the face of some of the worst that life has to offer, the courage to speak, to disclose, to risk abundant joy again after deep, deep, deep trauma. That courage makes me and all of us at Joyful Heart want to do more and create more and solve more and work for more. Now, one of the first things that I learned in my acting class in my first year of Meisner was that acting is all about the what-if game. And you have to believe it and act it with everything that you are. So that same question has guided me in my life. What if I could have this array of really cool things on the back of my director's chair? Actor, activist, mother, wife, friend, professional, artist. Yes, all of the above, and more to come, please. What if my role on this TV show could turn into something more? What if we could turn it into a foundation? So what if also guides our work at Joyful Heart? What if we can help a survivor move from beyond simply surviving to fully reclaiming their lives? What if we could create a community where there is no shame and no stigma around sexual assault? Where survivors could come forward and tell their stories, where perpetrators were held accountable? What if a survivor could feel her body again? What if we could get the Violence Against Women Act reauthorized after 31 senators voted against it this year? What if we could eliminate the backlog of hundreds of thousands of untested rape kits in this country? What if, to quote the poet Adrienne Rich, if we could make a place where we could sit down and weep and still be counted as warriors? And what if we could do all of that so that our daughters, my daughter, Amaya, among them, could live in a world that's different from the one that we live in today. A world where they always get the chance to call the shots. So I stand here and I thank you for inspiring me to be the best muse that I can be to her, a force of good personified as her mom. Thank you for this great honor, and thank you to my awesome, awesome husband who I love.